Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ollie here from CryptoVest.com. It is the 29th of November today, and we're going to be looking at Crypto.com, the MCO token trading against Bitcoin over one-day candles. We've had a request from one of our viewers, Vera13. So thank you for that request, Vera. Really great project actually, and I'm glad it's been brought to our attention. It's now back in the top 100 cryptocurrencies after briefly dipping out during the bear market. It's now at around, I think it's in 98th position on CoinMarketCap right now. It's up at around 10% against BTC, around 12.28% against the US dollar, and showing really good strength. The market is finally starting to show some bullish signs of recovering from the very devastating recent bear market we've had after the Bitcoin Cash split. So basically, I'll take it right back. For those of you that don't know what the MCO token is or what Crypto.com does, it's basically, it's like a Visa prepaid card project that's really aimed at driving crypto adoption. There's a MCO app where you can load your cryptocurrency onto it. You can then exchange it for US dollars, and then you can load the US dollars onto the prepaid card. And this card can then be used all around the world to spend on whatever you like. There's an MCO token which you then buy and you stake it, and the more that you stake, the better the features of the card. So you can get metal cards, it can have increased ATM withdrawal limits, increased cashback percentages and things like that. So it's really encouraging people to hold the coin rather than just to trade it and sell it, and with the price to fluctuate as it usually does when you trade these things. So yeah, it's a really interesting project. They've very recently, in the last couple of weeks, actually launched the MCO paid Visa cards in the US. Last month they launched it in Singapore, so they're really trying to expand globally and get the card out to as many people as possible to encourage people to actually use cryptocurrencies as an electronic cash system rather than just a speculative trading asset. So looking at the price action right now, we can see that since sort of early July, the asset's been tracking in this sort of falling wedge pattern. Before this actual market crash, there was actually a sort of fairly stronger support. You can see kind of here that where the asset was actually traveling much more sideways, but obviously during the crash it fell through this strong support level that propped it up 3 times throughout the last sort of 6 months. And then we found the bottom then a bit later at the 51,500 sats mark, and so now we're looking at this particular shape at the moment. Historically, we've got 2 key areas here which have acted as the sort of main support and resistance going forward, although we'll have a look over 4-hour candles in a second at this particular ascending triangle pattern. But as you can see, it's sticking fairly faithfully to the top resistance, which was a key support all the way back in December 2017, just after the sort of crash before Christmas. And then if we zoom right back to the sort of early days, July 2017, you can see that this kind of key resistance and support area here is now being tested again. So that's kind of historically a relevant point. So if we continue this further forward now, if we look at the asset over 4-hour candles, you can see there's some fairly promising signs actually that a bullish reversal is already underway. We've had a very, very strong candle. This last 4-hour candle has actually been particularly strong, as you can see here. We've now broken through the upper Bollinger Band, which we were oscillating in for the last couple of weeks. We've been ascending along this very strong uptrending support level. We've found a very strong resistance at this 57,400 sats mark 3 times now. This is the 3rd time we're testing it at the moment. If we're successful here, then we'd like to see it break out, potentially throw back onto this level as a support before going on to hopefully retest this downtrending resistance of the wedge pattern. But as you can see right now, we just had another big sell-off. There's a lot of selling pressure still going on in the market. But it's still building from strength to strength. You can see that bulls are gradually winning this war. So we'd like to see it continue consolidating in this pattern and then break out. Looking at the RSI, you can see over 4-hour candles that there's been a real strong surge in momentum as we're carried through the middle of the channel and now looking towards a sort of oversold region. This would tie up nicely with the fact we're oversold technically if we pass through the top band of the Bollinger Band here. On the MACD indicator, you can see the 12 MA is now spiked sharply towards a signal line. And this will be the first time we've passed through the signal line since a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, we've had this really long bearish dip in between, and so it'll be nice to see this asset break through again. The 12 MA is now currently very high above the 26 MA, and we've got big buying candles on the histogram, so it's a very positive sign over 4-hour candles that we're actually going to be breaking through soon. If we go back to the 1-day candles on the RSI, you can see they were very briefly oversold, and that as soon as the asset came down, there was a lot of traders quick to snap it back up into the channel. So there's obviously a lot of people waiting to buy the dips here. and you can see we've had a very strong recovery since. We're not actually far off the middle of the channel now on the 1-day chart here as well, and on the MACD indicator over 1 day you can see that the 12 MA is now starting to make a very promising recovery back towards this 26 MA line, and you can see that on the histogram there's been a decreasing amount of selling candles as obviously buying pressure increases. So yes, there's some really promising signs now. This definitely looks like bulls are starting to return to this particular market. We're seeing a lot of double-digit gains return as well as the market starts to pick up. Obviously, Bitcoin's now sort of showing strength to strength, and that usually helps the altcoin market. So hopefully, yeah, it's looking pretty good. We'd like to see it break through. They'll probably retest this particular support resistance, which will be key in the interim here at 61,360 sats, somewhere around that line, before going on to really test the sort of main downtrending resistance of this pattern at around, sort of estimated around 69,600 sats. But it obviously depends on where this breaks out along this sort of ascending triangle pattern as to where it will likely meet this downtrending line. Obviously, the later it breaks out, the lower the value of the resistance here as we sort of creep down. If we do break bearish, then obviously we'd hope that this bottom level would catch it or the lower support would catch it. But for now, looking very good. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you are bullish or bearish for MCO. And yeah, please check out the full tea at cryptovest.com and like and subscribe to this channel, guys. Thank you.